Welcome to Real Kiwi Fishing. This week Stevo and I are up in the north, and what we're going to do today is do a bit of a Kontiki set. Probably do a couple sets this morning. It's early morning, got up at about 5, and we're going to try a set just before light and then obviously after light. Sun's just starting to come up over the hill there, but hopefully we get a set in while it's still dark. But yeah, in the far north, setting the Kontiki, and hopefully get some fish. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So just baiting up. Got a mixture, bit of squid, some mullet. Sun's just starting to come up. So we're just going to bait up and get our first set going on. Just going to gear up the Surfcaster while Stevo finishes off baiting up. I'll flick out a fresh bait, hopefully get a KIWI for some fresh bait on our next set. But what we might do is if we get nothing here on this first set, we might head back over to Tokoro and do a set over that way. We heard there's a few fish over that side, but we do like this side, especially for surf casting. So yeah, I'll flick out a bait while Stevo finishes off baiting up. Okay, gonna chuck out my first bait. Stevo's still finishing off the baiting up the Kontiki. What I'm gonna start with is basically a running rig. I do like the dropper rig off here, but I thought I'd start with a running rig. And because I'm running braid, what I do is I run basically 2 traces. I've got my braid here, swivel, and then my first trace, and that just allows my sinker to run up and down freely. And then I've got another swivel and my main trace down to my bait. Now I'm running 2 hooks as well. I'm going to run a little keeper. I'm just hoping that the crabs will leave it alone, and if I don't get anything and the bait's getting taken from the crabs, I'll change over to a dropper rig. So I'll flick it out and then go help Stevo finish off baiting up. Just got a little bit of a swell rolling this morning, which isn't a bad thing. But once it warms up, I'll probably get into my shorts and probably wade out a little bit. I like fishing this beach on the low tide. Obviously you can sort of fish down into that drop off. On the high tide, obviously you've got to sort of be back a little bit further. So I'll probably get into my shorts and just wade out a little bit just to get out a bit further. But yeah, hopefully get a fish on the old Surfcaster. Don't mind if we get a KIWI either. That's some fresh bait for our next set on the Kontiki, and I like using fresh bait as well on the Surfcast. So I'm going to get down and help Stevo. Such a beautiful place. Got a couple of gannets just sort of flying by here and diving in. So I might gear up. I brought along the old stick bait rod as well. So you obviously can get kingfish here when the more when the bait fish are being pushed in, but you just never know, especially this time of the morning. They could be just cruising. So I'll help Stevo get the Kontiki out, and I've got the Surfcaster out up there, but I'll get that stick bait sort of ready as well. I might give that a flick. Okay, Stevo's ready to rock and roll. Just dropping it in. Away she goes. Hopefully it doesn't run over my Surfcaster. So we've just laid it out that we're mixing up the mullet and the squid, so we don't have all squid in one area and all mullet in the other. So it's good to have a mixture, so a couple of squid, a couple of mullet, and a couple of squid, a couple of mullet. And the good thing with the mullet, it stays on a little bit longer. Fish will even take the skin. So gannet diving right there on the shoreline, right in the waves. Definitely bait fish. Actually got a real nice trevally here last year. Well, this year in March. So even a nice big trevally would be a bit of fun on the Surfcaster this morning. Kontiki's still going out. Got here a little bit late, but still nice and sort of early. Quite like having that Kontiki out while it's still a bit dark. Sort of setting for about an hour. But yeah, beautiful spot. Stevo set the Kontiki, it's pretty much stopped. So we'll just let it settle for maybe an hour, 40 minutes to an hour. I've actually got the new Nano Matrix from Okuma. This is the 14 foot, just the standard spin. And I'm running the Trio Rex Salt reel on it. Nice and light, got about 9 kilos of drag on the reel there, so plenty of grunt, and it's a 3-piece, which I quite like. So it's the new version. Everything about it looks quite nice. Got nice EVAs, sort of thin right through the blank, even through the butt section, and it's an 8 to 12 kilo, so heaps of grunt, perfect for surf casting. So I'm just going to give that a blast. Hopefully catch a few fish on it this morning. Even if it's a couple of big KIWI, it would be good to put it to the test. But we're hoping this wind will die away over the next few days. We've got a spot down in the harbour we like to surf cast in the early morning. Normally get a few nice snappers, so just hoping we can maybe get down there, have a good shot at some big snapper on the new Surfcast outfit. But yeah, it's looking good. It's got the Alps and Fuji components. Real nice to cast with. Running 20-pound braid. And just, yeah, everything about it's nice and light. The reel's light. And it was just a breeze to cast. I've got about 100 meters, didn't really try hard. Running about a 5-ounce breakaway. So yeah, quite impressed with it so far. Stevo's just gearing up his Surfcaster. He's got the Nano Matrix as well, but he's got the lowrider. And he's got the Surf Arena reel. So I'm going to give that a blast today. And the one that Stevo's got, you can actually adjust your reel seat in the length. So you just unscrew the top bit here and it adjusts up and down. Stevo's ready to chuck a line in. He's actually running the dropper rig. It's always good to run something different between the two of us. Sometimes a different rig will work better than the other. And I do quite like the dropper rig off here. He's got about a 5-ounce breakaway. Now as he's walking back, he's still got the bail wire open, so line's going out. You never sort of put your bail wire back over and walk out, because then you'll just break that sink away and you'll lose all that distance you just casted. So he's still letting it out. His bail wire is open and he's just going to clip it now. Not sure if you guys can see, but we got a pot of dolphins out here. Oh, yep. Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hooked up. This feels like a little snapper. It's a nice little snap. My first fish for my combo. The old Nano Matrix and Rex Salt doing the damage. Yeah. Stevo's hooked up. He's hooked up on the Surfcaster. Might be a kingy. Might be a kingy. Might be a kingy. Is it too small for a kingy? Might be a kingfish, man. Stingray. Looks like her. Yeah. Stevo's hooked up again. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Stingray, man.
Hope you're a snapper. Yeah, snapper. Oh, nice little snapper.
Look at that guy. Oh, baby.
Nice little fish. First snapper on the Okuma rod and reel.
What a combo.
Nice. Let's get another bait out.
Happy days.
Stevo's going to start cranking it in. It's been out for about 50 minutes. Got a little bit of a strong cross shore at the moment, but got the GPS model, so it's no biggie. Got the whole beach to ourselves, basically. There's no one else on the beach, just the two of us fishing. Just love it. Got a little snapper there. Another one. Do you want to go and wash it?
Good one.
Hey?
Goodie.
Snapper. Stevo's got a nice fish there. Haven't had much. That's a nice fish. Most of the hooks were debated, which is a good sign. At least we're not pulling back all the hooks baited. But not a lot of fish, but it doesn't matter. It's only our first day here, so we don't want a heap of fish. We actually don't want to catch too much fish on the Kontiki when we're up here. It's only two of us. We get to set it a few times, so we don't need a lot. You know, maybe just 5 or 6 each time, if that. Thanks for watching another great day out fishing with Real Kiwi Fishing. And you can also find more of my movies on my YouTube channel, Real Kiwi Fishing.